news causing reactions in the society is that of Lekki Tollgate, and presently we have protesters demonstrating in that axis. Of course, it's bystanders at Newsstands on Flip TV. Michael still keeping it right here with you at Ogba Newsstand. As I said earlier on, the protest is ongoing, and based on the information I heard this morning, about 4 protesters have been arrested. I don't know. It was alleged that 4 protesters have been arrested. But so far so good. We have stories on the front pages of these journals and the Nation talking about same stories in Lekki Tollgate. Let's quickly see what they are saying. I will promise you that as the situation in that axis keeps unfolding, we'll keep dishing it out to you. Lekki Tollgate, federal government deploys police, others as groups mobilize for protest today. Federal government deploys police, others as groups mobilize for protest today. We have riots, policemen, over 120 armed NSCDC officials ready to stop rally, says the spokesperson. It's unconstitutional for federal government to threaten us, organizers. It's unconstitutional for federal government to threaten us, say organizers of the protest. Let's move down to the tribute paid to the late Lagos Governor Lateef Jakonde. Tribute as Sanwo-Olu, Makinde, Fireme, others bid Jakonde farewell. Joining our reviewers for more analysis will give more meanings to this analysis right on the front page of this journal. Let's quickly join them. I'll be right back. Because the news boiling and creating tension in Lagos State is that of Lekki Tollgate protest, and which currently some protesters are there, but there have been siege laid by the Nigerian police force and other security personnel. Your take on it?
Good morning. I greet you people all. This Lekki Tollgate issue, I don't think that it is going to work. We have listened to Lagos State governor since yesterday. They don't even try it, because when they try it, today they refuse people that kill them to come and even say anything concerning people that are killed. Well, what they are planning now to go and open Lekki Tollgate to begin to collect that 200 naira again. Are you telling me that money is better than so many lives that are lost in Lekki Tollgate? It's not better than people that are lost in Tollgate. I blame this Nigeria police, this same Nigeria police, and now this same Nigeria police we are still fighting for good health, for good everything. But see them now, they don't give them everything, then go stand and wait for those citizens where they wear this uniform to protest. Those citizens where they wear this uniform to guide. Yesterday they don't go put them full in Lekki Tollgate and they find who to kill. This gun then go use their self to fight their self. I don't even know kind of where we get. The man where he don't retire, see the day Abuja they give this kind of nonsense order. Sanwo-Olu youths like us here. How many years Sanwo-Olu did? Jagaba where he don't finish. You see Jakonde yesterday burial. I don't even see Jagaba here. But if you look here, you go see all the Yoruba elders, all of the Yoruba governors. Jagaba not even there to go in Papa burial. Are you sure Nigeria is getting better? I mean, Nigeria is working every day. I beg. They don't know try that Lekki Tollgate. People then try that Lekki Tollgate open, because all of us we go there. This time around we are ready to die. We are ready because we are tired, suffering and smiling. Which kind of country is this? Nigeria is getting worse every day.
Now let's quickly move to another story on the open grazing and the killings caused by these Fulani herders. Of course, the governor of Benue State has told Bauchi governor that it's uncalled for, and he asked him a question that what law permits Herdmen to carry AK-47? You see them up and down with AK-47s, different rifles, using it to cause destruction. Is it justifiable in a sane society?
For me, for my own opinion, if those some governors, they are sitting gambling, that northern governor, they are the one that sponsoring all those boys, giving them. Because you can't tell me that Fulani man where you can't chop belly food to get Amotekun and buy AK-47, hanging, walking up and down, killing innocents in his country. What are they fighting for? Then get more landed to go and put their cattle and they take care of their cow. They are walking up and down, killing innocent souls. That's a governor now, because Bello, all of them, they know what they are doing. Then invite them for 2015 election. Now, they don't even feel control them again. They don't even want to feel control them. 2015, Buhari invite them to come. In case of, if you good luck, no agree to leave office for them. They can use them key Nigeria now, see what they are doing in this country. See what they do them yesterday in the do. Then catch them. With one motor, 4 of them, Fulani. Then kill them, burn them. I don't know what Yoruba they wait for. Some people go yesterday, the day before yesterday, Thursday, then kill them. They go stay yesterday now for one day. What are they waiting for? Let's begin to. If it don't be this God protecting us in this Lagos, I don't know if maybe we go wake up one day, go here say Fulani people are killing in this Lagos. If not be Lagos, they say no be no man land. What are those boys in those AK-47 for? What are they fighting for? What are they fighting for?
I don't think they're using it to protect their cows.
No. I don't born for this country. If you want to protect your cow, I used to see them with stick to take control that cow. Stick like this. Then I can still remember the time when I was village. I go see them for road, cow with that stick. But now if you go see Fulani man with AK-47, full loaded, you go come and condemn your farm. When you talk, you use fire on him. You use a lot. Ross, this country, this government, this APC government. Now make they play Yaya Bello. See how he's waiting our money. The youth, where you vote. See how he's waiting our money every day. See waiting Yaya Bello to do. See, APC government. I was in Alausa yesterday. Okay. Come and register. Register for what? Me register for this party. Look at they carry this party. Promise us everything. I come now and see how Nigeria are dying every blessed day. I never come for paper stamp for one day like this. I hear good news. Why in Biafra no go hammer for Biafra? May all of them, may they share this country, may everybody go. Because you can't continue to stay with this Fulani. They are evil.
All right, thank you so much.
You, sir.
I really appreciate you. All right, you're welcome, Mr. Machi.
Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekunle.
Good to see you on a Saturday morning.
It's a pleasure.
It's sunny.
Yes, that's the way God wants it.
That's the way God wants it.
Yes, nobody challenges his authority.
But the government doesn't want the protest to take place at Lekki Gate. Can you tell us the cause?
Mr. Mike, you see in Nigeria, what I'm seeing, like I saw what they call show of force at Lekki Gate. For me, it's a show of it's a show of shame.
Show of shame.
Yes, because looking at the Constitution, the way it is, Section 39 of 1999 Constitution as amended guarantees freedom of movement. Section 40 of 1999 Constitution as amended guarantees freedom of expression, as long as you are doing it within the ambit of the law, as long as it's peaceful. So if you look at what the statement that came from Civil Defense Corps, that over 120 personnel is on standby, fully armed, you're going to ask yourself, according to Ndume, who is the House Committee Chairman on, Senator Ndume, who is the House Committee Chairman on Army, he said that only Maiduguri Cemetery is having 840 military personnel killed by Boko Haram. Here you are mobilizing all the armory, all the arsenal in Nigerian armory against defenseless citizens who want to exercise their legitimate right of peaceful protest. It's quite unfortunate, and I think it is high time the government continue to realize that you don't use government order, you don't use fiat to deprive people of their rights. Whether you threaten to arrest, to hound, to prosecute, that does not mean that Nigerians do not have right to gather peacefully and protest peacefully. If they want to remove that right, I think the government should go to National Assembly. The presidency could sponsor a presidential bill to National Assembly to repeal that law that guarantees freedom of assembly, freedom of expression. As long as it is enforced, it's entrenched in the Nigerian Constitution, not even Mr. President have the right to stop Nigerians from engaging in peaceful protests. So for me, I think the government should come to realize now that what they are doing, they are sending us back to Egypt. Because I think we have overcome that era where you instill fear into people not to protest. Don't forget that in that last protest, there are speculations that the hoodlums we saw that disrupted the process, that they may be state-sponsored. And the government, I think that is the area they needed to purge themselves of that bad tendency. At a point in Abuja, we saw how people were being moved by alleged government vehicles, trying to stop and even set vehicles belonging to protesters ablaze. For me, I think the government should allow citizens exercise their rights.
Okay, let's quickly move down to Amotekun. This is a security outfit created to combat crime in the southwest region, but it seems the reverse is now the case. Herdmen killing 2 Amotekun officers and setting their vehicles their vehicles ablaze in Ondo State. I think this is absurd. Is Amotekun not that functional again, or what? Or do they have that? That zeal, you know, to counter this insurgency?
Mr. Amag, I think what is happening is about the capacity to combat crime. It's about the required and necessary weapon to combat crime. Don't forget that the president, through the Nigerian police, have repeatedly said that Amotekun do not have the power, the right to bear arms. I think that is a predicament. So I think what the state government needs to do without further delay is to ensure that they empower Amotekun to the level where they can stand and crush any criminality. They should engage the federal government, because everybody has seen what is transpiring now. It's no longer a secret that Amotekun operatives who were on legal duty to flush out Fulani herdsmen in Ondo Forest Reserve have been killed by the same Fulani herdsmen. And Mr. Mike, this brings me to the unfortunate statement that came from National Assembly, particularly the Senate, where they advised federal government to direct states to start implementing the National Livestock Transformation Program. And if you look at that program, it talks about ranching. And ranching, when you do cattle rearing, you want to build ranch, they should realize that it's personal business. It's not the business of federal government. Federal government should not be seen using federal money that belongs to everybody to finance businesses of individuals. Then again, this brings me to the unfortunate statements that have been coming from the Bauchi State Governor in the person of Bala Mohammed. I have seen him make some categorical statements that is uncalled for, that is unbecoming of a leader. One, he was quoted to have said that 70% of indigenous of Bauchi State are Fulani, and not fighting for that. It shows that they have a heritage in Bauchi State. Having said that, this man have said that Fulani herdsmen, that they are global citizens, that they have right to come into Nigeria. He have even challenged and advised federal government, all the levels of government in this country, that when they are doing the livestock program, that the foreign Fulanis should benefit from it. No wonder Mr. President was advising Nigerians the other day that they should accommodate their brothers. And this is a contravention of the position of Ganduje, the governor of Kano State, who once said that to stop this clashing between herders and host communities, that there's every need to stop this foreign Fulani exodus into Nigerian soil. So you see the controversy. So what I'm saying is that Bala Mohammed needs to be cautioned. I think there are some facts he know that Nigerian security agencies need to leverage on to survey this situation. Recently, he made a statement where he said that the Fulani herdsmen who carry arms and ammunition, who carry AK-47, that they do it to defend themselves. I think Nigerians need to ask Bala Mohammed whether he knows how they come about those AK-47.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
How are you doing?
Great. And you?
Ah, cool. It's the weekend edition of Bystanders at Distance, and I hope you are really enjoying your weekend.
Well, keeping it real.
Aren't you supposed to be at Lekki Tollgate?
At Lekki Tollgate?
Yeah.
To do what? I mean the protest?
Protest.
Yes, I'm here to address the entire world
on
the latest development.
the latest development at Lekki Toge. I think one of the latest developments is this particular one that the security personnel in that axis have arrested about four protesters now.
Yes, of course, they will go on to arrest innocent citizens who are expressing their legitimate right, their fundamental rights, which is, of course, not just enshrined in Nigerian Constitution, in United Nations Charter. They have the right to protest. And it's in Nigeria being a lawless state. See, we go on to use fears, the use of force against defenseless people. And that's why, on this note, I still maintain that it is in a state of lawlessness. It is a crime to be law-abiding. So Nigeria is a state of lawlessness, a state that has no regard for fundamental human rights, that does not value the sacredness of human life, and even the rights of the people. In Nigeria, you don't have rights. It's whatever they want to lord over you. You can imagine the level of arsenals, armories deployed just to stop the rights of the citizens. You see, the legitimate right to protest against what is not going well, against injustice. You see, they say that injustice to one is injustice to everyone, anywhere you find yourself, whether in United States, whether in Ukraine, in Africa, wherever you are, wherever there is injustice, it is against humanity. It's a crime against humanity, not just within the enclave contraction called Nigeria. So the government of this Nigerian state has, of course, perpetrated so many atrocities of which they needed to be brought to book. And I don't see the international community calling them to order.
Now, there's something about this present administration. I don't know if you have noticed it. The fear of protests. What is really wrong? Why are they afraid of people coming out to protest? Is it because of their failure? I'm not saying that the government has failed, but based on what Nigerians are speculating, is it because of the failure, or is it because of the citizens now being motivated politically to take over the system, or what?
You can understand and appreciate this if you get to understand the state of the man who is pioneering the affairs of Nigerian states. Is a primitive person, is not civilized. So with that, you won't be able to accommodate the opinions and the criticisms from other people. You see? And he unfortunately surrounded himself with the likes of Shehu Garba, with the likes of Adesina, with the likes of, just name them, countless. People who has no conscience, with the likes of Lai Mohammed, or what did they call it? You see? People who has no conscience and who are not ashamed. You see, whose conscience could not prick them. You see, when even things are not going right, you cannot advise your principal on the right thing to do because of the political gains. You see, you are gaining from him, and you close your mouth against people dying as a result of injustice. God will never leave you unpunished. You may enjoy whatever privileges, but at the expense of humanity, at the expense of the people you are meant to serve. You see, it will never go well with them. Because the innocency of these victims will continue to haunt them and haunt their family. You see, till time immemorial. Look at you. That's why I said that the problem of Nigeria is deeper than what we can appreciate. We can see. The people that are the most dangerous terrorists are the politically exposed Fulanis. not just these nomadic Fulanis.
The politically exposed.
Exposed Fulanis. People who are lettered, who occupies political positions. That's why you can see somebody like the likes of Garuba Mohammed and Mohammed of Sokoto State telling us that Fulani are global citizens, diplomats. You see, they are free to live wherever they want to live. They are free to carry AK-47 to defend themselves. You see, it seems that they are now the people born to rule. You coming all the way from the Sahel. You are now loading it over to you as a Yoruba man. Is indirectly saying you have no right in Nigeria to live. You see, it depends on whatever you are at the mercy of these people. You can see what is happening, even in those states. How the Amotekun were killed, and their motto were burnt. Who came on rescue mission? You see, these are the same Fulanis empowered by the state. You see, why I said they are the most terrorist group, because they are the one that gave waiver for the Fulanis everywhere you are in the continents of this world to come. These are politically exposed people who happen to be the part of the policy making body in the government. So they have occupied all those positions and have fed their people into several sensitive positions so that they can perfectly execute their agenda, which is to overrun all the nationalities within the Nigerian state and take over their ancestral home and territory. This is what they are perfecting. That's why he could boldly come out to tell us that Fulanis can live everywhere. They have right to, as you are, you cannot hold a dagger and be walking on the street. You see one useless policeman will run after you. But Fulanis, they will carry AK-47, you see, at their will. And you can imagine what is happening, and so many people are still calling us one Nigeria. How do you become one when we don't have equal opportunity? How do you become one when we don't share common goals and views? You see, they are primitive and backward. Even every Fulani, some people say not all Fulani, forget about that. The most dangerous people, terrorists, is the civilized, the exposed Fulanis who are perpetuating all this, strategizing. Look at, they will come with Ruga. When they see they can't succeed, they go back to their drawing board and come with the waterways, control of the federal waterways. When they see that they have been frustrated, they come all in the sense of pushing their agenda. You see, to take over. How could in life just a mnemonic entity will threaten the governor, the sitting governor, that they will attack him, because they have fortified, they have taken over the strongholds of the region, of the state. The advantageous regions of the state have been hijacked. They have planted their men and personnel, and they have stored the armories to unleash mayhem on the people. So it's high time, please. I hope, I don't want to say that Amotekun is a monumental, is a joke. Please, the Yoruba should rise up as their brothers from the east. They shouldn't take things
for granted.
They don't leave things to chances. Otherwise, I am sorry, they may come to an decision, because these people are really bent at going at any length. Look at what is happening in yesterday also in Ibadan. They rushed and invaded and burned houses, and if it happens to my people, and thank God you came from Ibadan. I think I should expect you to go and assist your people as well to rescue these people, because things are no longer.
I'm not Sunday Igboho. I'm not Sunday Igboho.
Okay, well, but
or do you have some metaphysical powers you can give?
Metaphysical, you can start that. You are already doing that by sensitizing the people, the world, on what is happening. So I must commend you. I hope that Nigerian state, everybody should rise. If Fulani has a right to own and possess ammunition, then I have the right to possess nuclear weapons. Because by virtue of university study, I am far better and in more position to have them, to acquire them. So if they are doing that to defend themselves, they should do that at their own place, not coming to disrupt the people's peace and kill my mothers and your mothers and our children's and father, which means we have no hope in this country. This thing will remain unabated until we divide. We divide. Let everybody go to his own tent and live for their own, so that there will be peace. Otherwise, the people want to kill us and take over what belongs to us. Will you be happy seeing that happen? Not in my generation.
All right, thank you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, let's see what the nation is saying concerning the Fulani herders. There's a crisis that is currently going on. When you look at the statement or the question Autumn of Benue State asked the governor of Bauchi State, you will see that it's a question that we all need to reflect on. Now, when you look at it, he said, what law permits Herdmen to carry AK-47? I think gone are those days when we used to have these Fulani herders or herders in generality, going on with sticks. Why AK-47 this time around?
You see, there are some leaders that they need to check their brain, they need to go for psychiatric tests before they even get to, or they get voted for, right? I was listening to the man, Bala Mohammed. The man was formerly Federal Capital Ministers then. We know all the things attached to his tenure, end of this tenure then. We know the atrocities. Yeah, we know the... I thought there was a time EFCC invited him, allegation of corruption about Federal Capital Territory, funds that was mismanaged. So I don't blame, it's the system, it's only Nigerian system that can produce such a person to be talking like that, right? Because I heard him. He said because the government failed to protect the herdsmen, that is why they believe nobody can protect them, and they went on, on self-protection. And I was now looking at the man. Was the man in the right frame of mind when he was saying that? So what is happening in Oyo, Southwest now? So does it mean that since government cannot protect us, we people should start carrying arms too? Is that what he's saying? What is good for the good is good for the gander. The Fulani, you saying they are immigrants, they migrated from another country, the West African neighboring countries. Now, definitely for them to have migrated, they are nomadic. Average Fulani man is a nomadic man, and it's a nomadic man that moved from one place to another. So he himself, I can't blame him. He has to support his brothers. So we are our own leaders that will rise up for us and counter them. I don't even expect, it was South governor that's supposed to reply him instantly. But kudos to Autumn, Governor Autumn. I really appreciate you. I think you're for me. You are my best governor for now again for this.
I think he has been speaking out.
He has been speaking out. He's the Sorosuke. I like. It's okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that from him.
Mr. Kunle, let's quickly move down to Lekki to Gate. We are here, but our spirit is at Lekki to Gate. Heavy security in that place. Does it mean the citizens do not have that right or their right to protest, to express their grievances? Why the infringement on human rights in the country?
Yeah. You see, what is on ground now?
They will control them. And I don't think Nigerians attack them. But this time around, you see a Fulani man with AK-47, different types of rifles to defend himself. What's really happening?
You see, that time we are saying Fulani men take walking stick to guard their cattle. That time Fulani men can trek from Sokoto to Port Harcourt on foot. You will not see them eating any crops. You don't see them vandalizing any village. You don't see them raping any woman. But if they are hungry, maybe they feel thirsty, they need water. If you have water, they approach you peacefully and tell you, please, I need water. They will beg. Because the Fulani of that time, they were the Fulani of Alhaji Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, former Emir of Kano. Those Fulani of that time, they are Fulani of the late Alhaji Shehu Shagari. Those Fulani that time, they are the Fulani of late Abubakar Remi. Fulani that time, they are the Fulani of late Major General Yaradua and the late President Yaradua. The Fulani of that time, they are the Fulani of Sani Abacha, former senator from Kaduna State. These people are the Fulani that have understanding. These people are the Fulani that have compassion. These people are the Fulani that stand on the truth. Now, I think we say Fulani. But have you seen him killing anybody? Have you seen him maltreating anybody? We say Fulani. But this present Fulani we are seeing now have bring bad name to other good Fulanis. Not all Fulanis are bad. This Fulani of these days, Fulani Mianti Anla of Buhari. This Fulani today, they are Fulani of Mianti Anla Fulani of Buhari. They came and turned things upside down. They came and made good Fulanis to look bad also. My brother, I'm telling you, not all the whole Fulani are bad. There are Fulani that are good. But when one bad person rise up in society, it looks at that societies are bad. And this Fulani that came up now with AK-47, they are mean. They are not ready to surrender. They are not ready to surrender. Now, look at what the governor, I think of Zamfara State, said, that they have right to carry AK-47, to be patrolling about. But other people don't have right to carry AK-47. Other tribe don't have right to carry. You don't have right to use a kitchen knife in your kitchen now to cook your food. But they have right to carry. You see that there's something behind it. These Fulanis are Fulani of occupation. Present Fulanis are Fulani of occupation. To occupy land. How can you leave your place, came to another person's place, his ancestral home, you claim it overnight to be your own, without origin, without anything? I'm not saying they should not do their business.
But if you do it in a legitimate way.
In a legitimate way. Look at if you go to Sabongeri are occupied by Southerners. Mostly the Igbos. They buy land, they have CFO, they settle everything, they pay tax, they pay autonomous rate. These people, how many tax have they paid to the states they belong to, they are vandalizing? What they contribute in that state for development? Nothing. They only want to occupy. Look at what's happening. Look at what is happening. Look at what is happening in Oyo. Look at what is happening in Ondo. Look at what is happening in all the whole south. And what is going on?
Even yesterday it was alleged that the elders attacked Amotekun,
killed them,
burnt their vehicles.
Now, if Amotekun, that the West built up to secure them, are being defeated, then what do you think ordinary Western man will do? They will surrender. You understand? Which means we Nigerians here, Nigeria is heading a way of, I don't know how to describe it. Nigeria has become a war theater. Nigeria has become a movie land. You understand? Had they been, James Bond is alive now, I could call him to come to Nigeria and act film. Mostly, these present politicians are the brain behind this confusion.
But do we have any law that permits Fulani man or elders or Herdmen carrying arms?
As I said it before, let the senators, southern senators, and mid-the-base senators go to 1999 Constitution, go and find out. There must surely be a law, there must surely be a clause that makes people to have this power. They cannot have this power like this. 1960, in 1960 Constitution, there was a constitution that said people should not rear animal in open place. they should have reserved area to rear their animal. And if you watch, from 1960 to 1970, apart from that Biafran war, you will see that nobody carry animals anyhow in the street. Even in my place, before the British people came in to colonize us, it had become our culture that they cannot take your animal to destroy other people's property. We build ranch, we rear goat, we rear cow. Any cattle ranch was here. It wasn't built by federal government. It was built by indigenous. Ogudu cattle ranch was there. We rear cattle. We have what the called Igbo cattle or cow. We rear them, not in open place. Individual Igbos rear cattle. Forget that the Igbo man have forgot his culture now and start doing another thing. We rear goats. We rear pig. Fowl is a common thing in Igbo land for individual to have. But you cannot see. There's a time when we will knock gong and say, so and so period, allow your goats to come out. After farming, after harvesting, you allow your goat to come out. But immediately farming starts, you take your goat back to the ranch. If they see that goat, they will hold it, you pay fine. That's how they do that time. Even in 1960, as I said, there was a Nigerian constitution that you cannot rear animal in open place. Build ranch. That's why you see animal have ranch. Cattle have not been moving up and down. If they move, they will move in the night in a pathway, not destroy people's farm and people's life.
Now let's quickly move to another story. The Lekki toll-gate protest. What advice would you give to the protesters there? Because currently we have heavy presence of security personnel in that place.
You see, I will tell the protestants to watch out. A living dog is far better than a dead lion. Nigeria security men, they are good in killing their citizens. That's what I found out in Nigeria security organization. They are very perfect, very good in killing their own citizens, not criminal citizens, but innocent citizens. If they watch that the security men are meant to shoot, please, they should withdraw. The Nigerian government do not value anything than they themselves and their family. Mr. President don't know any other bad person than I and my family. The Senate President don't know any other person than I and my family. The rep speaker don't know any other person than I and my family. If the people we elect to lead us, both governors, rep and the Senate, if they know what they are doing, I think all these people could have stopped. Look at, we say senators, they're in Abuja, they don't pass any law. The law they pass quick is to wear mask. That's the law they pass quick. But they never raise a law to stop individuals carrying arms. Now, federal government deploy troops to state matter. Lekki is state matter, not federal matter. The Lekki...
But it has become a global issue.
The lake is become a global issue because federal government make it to become a global issue. Federal government make it to... I don't know the interest federal government have in Lekki to protect Lekki, but they don't have interest to protect the life of Nigerian citizens. I don't know why federal government should deploy soldiers, give order for Lekki protests not to hold, but they not give order, deploy soldiers, deploy security men to stop Fulani killing other tribes. I don't know why. What interest the federal government have there? What interest the Lagos state government have there? So can they tell me without that to toll in Lekki, Lagos state cannot exist? Watch them, by age, they are running out. All our leaders, from Senate, from Rep, from Commissioner, from Councillor, they are running out by age. And this is the problem we have in Nigeria. We don't want the youth to rise up. We continue recycling. When you are growing up, your mental is going down, no matter what you have. Your thinking is going down, your strength is going down. Not everything can be able to remember. Look at Mr. President. Can you tell me, if he is the president we elect in 2015, can you tell me that his acting can be like when he acted in the 80s and 70s? A They cannot act like that anymore. They cannot reach like that anymore because the mental is coming down. Not because of anything, but by age, by nature. When you are going, you are mentally, your upstairs will be coming down. You'll be losing some memory and some conscience. So I pray, please, federal government, please, Lagos State government, withdraw the soldiers.
All right.
Let the youth express their mind.
Right.
Then come round table talk with the youth.
All right, thank you.
That's the only thing I'm praying.
Thank you so much.
Omo Biafra, keep on supporting your people. I thank you. God will continue to bless you. World Igbo Congress. Remain peace in Jesus' name.